All right, here we go. Arithmetic sequences, part 2. So let's not forget that a common difference is when you take a second number minus the first. Basically, you take a number and subtract its previous number, okay, the one that came before. Now, I just want to remind you, I'm probably going to go quicker than I would in class because this is a video, and you can pause me at any time to shut me up and catch up. You can also rewatch me too, so just keep that in mind that you do what you need to do to get the job done, all right? So that's what a common difference is. That was in the last day's note. So let's get up in it here. Let's freshen up on this because we're doing more with it today. Find the common difference. So they're telling you these are arithmetic already, so you don't need to check every single one. So just looking at this first one, to find the common difference, it would be 4 minus its previous number, which is 7, which would get you a -3. What's happening is they're subtracting 3 each time, right? So -2 minus 3 is -5. Minus another 3 is -8, minus another 3 is -11, all right? Over here, doing the same thing, you don't have to check all of them. You can automatically assume that they all have a common difference. We've got -1 minus -8. Now, don't mess up on your negatives there, all right? Watch out on these double negatives because this will turn into a plus and we will get 7. So what's going on here? Everything's going up by 7. So 13 plus 7 is 20. Add another 7, 27, add another 7, and we've got 34, all right? So we did that before, but I want to kind of review it again today because you're doing more with it today. To find out if a series is actually arithmetic or not, you have to find all of the common differences with the numbers they give you. All of those differences must be the same, okay? All of them must be the same. So let me scooch on down here. When they ask you to decide if it's an arithmetic sequence, you literally need to check every single one to make sure they're all the same. Now, if you're checking them and then suddenly one of them's not like the others, you could stop and say, no, this is not an arithmetic sequence. So what do I mean by this? So first we're going to check the 4 and the -2. So we've got 4 minus a -2. 2 negatives turn into a positive, so this is the same as 4 plus 2, which is 6. Then we go on to this 4 and the 6, and we've got 6 minus 4, which ends up being 2. Boom, stop the presses right now. Because if you look at this, these two are automatically not the same. So, not arithmetic because differences are not the same. Okay? The differences must all be the same for it to be arithmetic. As soon as they're not, boom, stop, say no. Over here, let's look at it. So the difference here, we're going to do the 4 and the 8. So 4 minus 8 is -4. Then we're going to take care of the 4 and the 0. So that's going to be 0 minus 4, which is still -4. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you pause me. Put me on pause. We're going to take care of this 0, -4. So it's -4 minus the previous. So we have checked everything. We have went through this whole entire list. So yes, arithmetic because the differences are the same. Happy days. All right, so just a little recap from yesterday, you know, same stuff we've been doing. So let's get up in it over here. In the last lesson, we did not have to find the common difference on some of our own problems. In this lesson, we're going to have to, okay? It's just getting a little deeper today. Make sure you do not forget your arithmetic formula. So remember, a sub 1 means the first term. And every teacher kind of talks about n differently, but what I tell my student is the place or term you are in the sequence. Okay? Every teacher kind of words it differently because this is a very difficult thing to think about. So like, what am I talking about? If I want the 10th term in the list, 10 is n. If I want the 25th term in the list, 25 is n. It is the place in that list of terms. You want that buddy right there. Like what number term you want. You want the 20th term, n is 20. You know what I'm saying? D is going to be that common difference. common difference. Okay? So boom, there you go. I'm going to go on to this next side here. Okay, now check it out. Check it out. They have listed out all the things that you're going to need to find right here. So let's figure out what's going on. So we got this whole list of things. It says give the 20th term. They said, what does a sub n equal? Well, shoot, the only thing I know is the n is what place term you want. And look, they say give the 20th term. So right now, let's go ahead and put a little n on this. This right here, this is n. All right? So make sure you realize this is n. Actually, I'm going to highlight that real quick. There we go. So what they're saying is they want a sub 20. Do you know the 20th term right now? Because a sub 20 means the 20th term. Do you know it? Look at your screen. Do you know the 20th term? Is it there? No. You're going to find it, so just leave that be. So n, we just talked about, must be 20. A sub 1 means the first term, right? So go on over here, find the first term, boom, right there, and then you can say a sub 1 is 20. A lot of 20s in this problem. D, the common difference. Did they tell you it? Did they say, here you go. Here's the difference. No, they didn't. So you're going to have to go on and find it. So looking at this right here, remember, it's a term minus its previous term. So 24 minus 20 is 4. And then boom, that is going to be your common difference, which is 4. Now it says plug it into the formula now. Let's write down that formula. A sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. A sub n we said is a sub 20. A sub 1 we have highlighted in blue as 20. We also have it written up here. And we have written up here is 20. And the difference here, 4. Now you could pop this all into your calculator if you would like. So I'm going to get the calculator out real quick. And oh, goodness gracious, I could not see what I was typing in there. So I'm going to get my calculator out real quick. I got 20 plus 20 minus 1 times 4. You can work it out by hand too, but I'm a little lazy, so 96. So the 20th term in the sequence is 96. You want to, I mean, it's quicker to do this than to write out all 20 terms and figure out what it is, right? Okay, so let's go to this next one. Same deal. Give the 12th term. Uh-oh, what are they talking about here? Give the 12th term. So that must mean my n is 12. All right, and then that must mean a sub n is a sub 12. A sub 1, what is it? Well, it's your first term right here, so that's a sub 1. What's the difference? You don't know. They didn't tell you, but you can find it. So it's the second term minus the first term. Don't go messing up the negatives. Watch out for the negatives. So negative 6 plus 3 is going to be negative 3. So right there, that's your difference. We're going to write down the formula. A sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the difference. We're going to do some plugging and a chugging. A sub n we said is a sub 12. A sub 1 they said is negative 3. N they said is 12. The common difference here is negative 3. Don't forget you could pause me. I know I'm going fast. Don't forget you could pause me. So I'm going to go on and type this into the calculator here. You could work it out by hand. Maybe your teacher wants you to work it out by hand, but I'm going to pop it in the calculator. And we get negative 36. That gave us an awful lot of room. Probably because they wanted me to work it out by hand, but hey, it didn't say I had to, so. All right, all good? Let's do this one. Boom. Here we go. Let's do it again. Give the 14th term. Now, what are they talking about? 14th term, that would be n. So n, 14. So a sub n would be a sub 14, the 14th term. A sub 1 is 2.2. The difference, oh, you got to find it. So the difference is going to be a term minus its previous term. So 2.4 minus 2.2 is 0.2. Ugh. I know we don't like decimals, right? But you know what? They're part of life. Don't exclude them from life. There you go. So we're going to write down the formula. Like that. A sub n we said is a sub 14. A sub 1 they said is 2.2. And we said is 14. And the difference is 0.2. Go on over here. Bust out the old calculator. And then we got this, and then we got it times 0.2. I don't know why they have it at the end of the formula, but that's how they do it. So 4.8. All right, there you have it in all its glory. The second day of arithmetic. Sequences and series right there. Boom. Until next time, goodbye. it's not letting me stop. There we go. Okay. This time, it's going to be for real. Goodbye!